but 420 million homes were searched from a mobile device, right? And 75% of Zillow visits, right, came from an actual mobile phone. Wow. So 75% of all the traffic that Zillow's getting is via mobile. So it's super important, right? Not only to have a website, obviously that's mobile, but the fact of the matter is if you can't beat them, you definitely got to join them, right?
What's up, everybody? This is Nick with Agent Elite. Today I have with us Nick Reese, our COO and co-founder. And today we're going to be talking about why real estate directories matter. We're talking Zillow, Trulia, other big ones, why they're important, and why you need to be focused on them.
Yeah, I think it's a topic we're always talking about, right? I mean, agents don't really like the fact that Trulia and Zillow are really dominating the market, and it's should I market there? Should I not market there? And Realtor.com, Homes.com, right? There's tons of different directories that are out there. And, the directories work a lot differently nowadays than they did, when I first got into the industry back in, it was like 2004. Zillow and Trulia weren't even around. So, and back then it was more just Realtor.com, Homes.com, and Homes.com at that point was really a members only portal. And so, back then it was really designed and set up to funnel some of that traffic coming through Homes.com, to the agent's website. And they really, had a clear understanding of what it meant to be successful, right? And what it took to get traffic to agents' sites. But then as, Trulia and Zillow and everybody started coming into the industry, really the real estate directory marketing, kind of changed over the years. And now obviously they want to keep that traffic in the directory as long as they possibly can. Mm-hmm. And which, yes, makes sense, right? But how do we capitalize using Zillow, using Trulia, using Realtor.com, and should I be spending my marketing dollars there? I think is the question that a lot of agents ask. The answer to that is yes. We have to create as many different avenues as possible to make sure that we're driving traffic or funneling traffic from all these different sources back into our website. And at the end of the day, we can't deny the fact that Trulia and Zillow are really dominating the market in regards to traffic. I just want to pull up some of these numbers. I was looking for some statistics just in regards to traffic, homes visited, things of that nature within Zillow. And anyways, this is just 40 amazing Zillow statistics and facts. And I'm not going to get into all 40, but, I was kind of coming through some of these here. And let me just, pull these up. And but I thought were really, really interesting, right? And this will give you a really good idea on, should I be investing there? Obviously everything that we do from a marketing standpoint, right? We want to make sure that we're tracking the return on investment and, and making sure that we funnel that traffic back to the website to determine if what we're doing for this particular marketing piece, pays off or not. Now, obviously if you're an agent who doesn't have listings, then banner ads, zip codes, premier agents, those types of things will, help increase not only your overall visibility, but, you will get some leads that'll funnel in that way. It's just, the challenge is how many other agents got that lead? We don't know. And for the most part, I believe it gets funneled out to, several different agents, and it's really kind of the first come, first serve. So whoever is the most proactive in following up, and nurturing, right, is typically the one that will end up working with that lead. So yeah. It's important that, in everything that we do, that we're staying on top of the follow-up, right? When a lead comes in, it should be handled immediately. You shouldn't wait. Most of the time when a lead comes in, they're still actively on that particular site, whether it's your site, whether it's Trulia, Zillow. So the longer that you wait, obviously the percentages of working with that particular prospect go down. But let's just look at this because I thought this was interesting. So it says let me see here. Oh yeah, number of homes viewed monthly on Zillow from a mobile device. And I'm just talking about mobile only because, mobile is becoming, bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Majority of individuals are utilizing their mobile phone, as a form of a way to search. And so listen to this. Last month, and I think it's probably a little higher than this, but 420 million homes were searched from a mobile device, right? And 75% of Zillow visits, right, came from an actual mobile phone. Wow. So 75% of all the traffic that Zillow's getting is via mobile. So it's super important, right? Not only to have a website, obviously that's mobile, but the fact of the matter is if you can't beat them, you definitely got to join them, right? Mm-hmm. And there's no way around beating Zillow or even Trulia, Realtor.com. And so to be able to, budget yourself accordingly, right? And everything we do, like from a marketing standpoint, right, is to, whether it be offline, whether it be online, no matter what we're doing, we're trying to, take from their resources and funnel that traffic, back into the website. And so Zillow, Trulia, that's just another avenue, right? That's where the traffic goes. So, being able to invest in there and making sure, that we're funneling, whatever traffic's coming to us back into the website. And then obviously we want our website to be the end of that road, right? We want them coming back to our website, not coming back to Zillow or coming back to Trulia. But at the same time, we want a little bit of the market share. And it's really no different. Think about it in regards to when we focus on, let's say, lead gen within Facebook. Facebook has how many people, and you are spending a certain amount to target the amount of users that are going into their portal. And it's the same thing with Google, pay-per-click. It's the same concept. We are paying to have our website up because that's where users are going. And so there's really all these different avenues, right? We can target Google, we can, target Facebook, and then we have to make sure that we're targeting Trulia, Zillow, Realtor, right? Because that's where, buyers are going, especially buyers that, aren't currently working with an agent. And then the other thing is if your prospects, like if you're doing your job right? If you are speaking with your current prospects and you're telling them to utilize your website, like to me, it's like if everything funnels back to that website, and I want to make sure that all my current prospects understand that the MLS is integrated, embedded into my website. So you're going to get the same data, same information that you would get on Trulia and Zillow. So it's really my job, as an agent, right, to make sure that my current database is using my website. And then what I want to do is I want to market within the real estate directories to capitalize on some of the market share that's already going there. But then I have to make sure that once I've captivated that potential prospect, that they understand the importance of just utilizing my website versus going back to Trulia or going back to Zillow. And if your website's set up properly and you have all the information, like there wouldn't be any reason why they would have to go back there.
All the tools they need are right there.
Or why they even want to go back there. So yeah, everything is accessible right there. So, as much as we, dislike, I wouldn't say hate, but much as we dislike Zillow, as much as agents dislike Trulia, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like you have to be investing into those directories because that's where people are going. It's just no different than investing into Facebook, and it's no different than investing into into Google.
Well, it's
right?
almost like if you're not investing it, someone else will be too. So.
Well, I mean, think about like these YouTube personalities, right? Mm-hmm. So they create these videos to create an audience, right? And even Instagram, and now Facebook now, right? You watch videos and then halfway through the video, like 30 seconds, right? They give you just enough and then an ad comes in. Yeah. Well, so companies are basically, so these YouTube personalities, right? They're getting paid based on their followers and based on their views. And they get paid from other companies, right, that want ads to get in front of their specific audience, right? So the bigger audience that you have in social media, Instagram or YouTube, you'll actually start making money, right, based on the ads that are being, click ads, swipe ups, YouTube, right? You'll make money based on those ads that are coming into your videos. And so, it's really, everybody in this industry or just in marketing in general is, trying to piggyback off other people's sphere or other people's following, right? So, I mean, it's just like it's a constant thing, no matter what we do or where we go, and that's how these YouTube personalities or Instagram people that have 30, 40,000 followers,
influencers,
they're influencers. But you'll notice that a lot of times companies will pay them, right, to wear their product or wear their stuff, and or they'll may not even pay them, but they're giving them all these things for free, right? Because once somebody like that is utilizing, I've seen it all the time, like, clothing, right? Yep. Or, a candle company or whatever it may be, right?
Yep.
All of a sudden they're using this product or makeup, and it's like, oh man, this makeup's the best. And theoretically what they're doing is they're indirectly marketing to that sphere. And it's really the same thing when we talk about the real estate directories and ultimately what our goal is.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of money. We're not going to beat them. So we might as well, and it sucks, but we might as well be investing into that to captivate on a certain percent of that traffic, which gives us the exposure that we need. And so obviously we talk about this, all the time. The more exposure that you get, the more traffic that you funnel back to your website, the more opportunity you have to convert that traffic into a lead, and that's ultimately what we're trying to do. So. Here's a couple other statistics. Number of leads to Zillow Group Premier Agents advertisers. So this was back in 2016. So I would assume, and this was last updated on, looks like February 7th, 2017. So this isn't even the most recent updated one, but number of leads to Zillow Group Premier Agents. So to the Premier Agents that are taking share in that market share, just in 2016, so it's got to be even higher than this, but 16.9 million. 16.9 million leads that were divided amongst or shared with the Premier Agents back in 2016. I don't know if looks like it's fairly recent, but I would assume that would probably be around 20 million
20
now.
million, yeah.
That's just a guess, and again, don't quote my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just me taking a random guess here. And then, what's interesting is 16.9 million leads to Premier Agents, and then the total number of Premier Agents, right, as in 2016 was 92,363 agents. So, I mean, you do the math on 16.9 million, right? Just based on that, I mean, gosh, there's plenty of market share. And as much as agents don't want to partake in that, sometimes you just kind of have to set your pride aside. And it's not a matter of, agreeing with their business practices or not. It's just a matter of going where the traffic is and making sure that, we're funneling from that source.
They're going to stay at the top of Google.
To the website, right?
Yeah. They're gonna stay there.
So it's interesting to, kind of take a look at, some of these statistics and numbers that, Zillow is putting out. And, it's always pretty fascinating to see, especially, since I've been in the industry in 2004 is when I started, none of these were, I mean, Zillow and Trulia weren't even around. We had Bob Vila, we had Yahoo Classified Real Estate, which, and then Craigslist, that was even huge back then as well. And really Homes.com at that point really dominated the market. But, as things started changing, right, Zillow, Trulia, we really kind of see, the way that the internet has progressed in that short period of time. And it's been pretty interesting to watch. And it's been a lot of fun, just even, through that beginning to now to see, even how big Google is, right? And, and so really the game has slightly changed. However, everything else in regards to offline, online, all those rules and different things that we've learned back in the day, still are relevant as well. We just have to make some slight modifications in regards to, where our focus should be. And at the end of the day, our focus should be, where the traffic is. And so you can spend a lot of time and resources on, different third-party vendors and different things of that nature. But if you're not getting the traffic, right, if people aren't getting to you, then none of those tools really matter. And so I think a lot of times agents go out and they just start spending money on all these different resources when realistically it's, what's going to get me, what's going to get me the most exposure, what's going to get me, the most visibility. And, although Google is nice in a sense to where it is going to funnel direct traffic, back to my site. Facebook is nice because I can then hone in on, certain demographics, age groups, communities, subdivisions, neighborhoods, right? And so that's like really the best bang for the buck. Plus the conversion rate on Facebook tends to be a little bit better. And so do the leads than, Google. Mm-hmm. But, at the same time, you're not always just marketing in Google for leads, you're marketing for traffic, especially if you're focused on organic ranking and things of that nature. So anyways, Google, Facebook, and then you have Trulia and Zillow, Realtor.com, right? Mm-hmm. And so those are the other three major ones that are out there. And each of them have, slightly different programs, but, each program, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, right, is well worth it. Because, I think it was 54 million unique visitors last month total. So you can't get around that. So don't sit here and, be trying to, tell us or disagree, at the same time. We don't always have to agree with what something is doing. But at the end of the day, as an agent, 80% of your job is to market yourself. 20% is to really sell, right? Don't hold back or try to not partake because you don't necessarily agree with what it is that they're doing or the information that they're providing. But at the end of the day, make sure that you're looking at, where you're spending your marketing dollars, what's the best return on investment, and ultimately what's your goal, right? I think that's super important as well. So that's really all I have in regards to your real estate directories, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. There isn't really anything that you shouldn't be doing. It's just a matter of, what's working best, what's your ultimate goal, and then what's really your budget. Making sure that you're setting enough money aside, when you do close to reinvest back into yourself. And I think that's something that, I see a lot, agents all want the money, then they get the money, and then they spend it on other things other than taking 20% and putting it back into the business. And so if you were to be doing that on a consistent basis, then most agents wouldn't be caught in that rut that they always get into, right? They get in, they get the money, they pay their bills, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I need more home sales. But how do I get more home sales? Well, I want to do this. I want to do this. Well, are you willing to invest money? No, I don't believe in internet marketing, or I don't believe in this. And, so they make the certain changes to get a home sale, and then they spend their money again. It's, take 20% off the top, reinvest it back into yourself. The more exposure you get, the more opportunity you have to convert that traffic coming into your website into a lead. And then also making sure that if you're getting leads from other sources, which is fine, make sure that you set them up in your website to receive those daily listing alerts. Don't go to the MLS. The MLS will send them links that go back nowhere, right? Make sure you're doing it from the MLS that's integrated and embedded into your website. So when your website sends out the same information, right, at least it has links that go back into your website. Everything we do has to be funneling back to that website.
Yep. All right, everybody, remember the key to all of this is traffic. Traffic is key. If you remember that, you'll always be good. Thank you guys again for staying tuned for another week of our series. Nick, I appreciate your help today. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us at support@agentelite.com, or you can check us out on social media at Agent Elite or at Agent Elite Inc. You can also visit us on our website at agentelite.com. Thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for next week.